presentation. Next presenter is Hafez Murtza, Mr. Hafez
Yes.
Murtza. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He belonged to Universal Awareness Malaysia, and in Malaysia. Okay.
Yes. Malaysia again.
Hey. Your title is Impact Dome Approach for Blind and Visually Impaired Towards Understanding Stern and Sky. Okay,
All
please
right.
start the presentation.
Okay. First of all, thank you for the organizers. So you can hear me clearly, right? All right. Cool. So I would like to share my screen right now.
Okay.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Okay, started.
Okay. Today I'm going to talk about Impact Dome, the approaches for BVI. BVI. Maybe some of you guys don't know what is BVI. BVI stands for Blind Visual Impaired, Blind and Visual Impaired. To understand star and sky, I am representing Apadilangit, Universe Awareness Malaysia. As what you heard just now from my colleague Amirul Hazim, we are in the same boat. All right. So just a short or brief introduction about Apadilangit. As Amirul Hazim mentioned just now, I'm Hafez Murtza, the founder of Apadilangit, together with me, Amirul Hazim, as a co-founder. We also known as a Universe Awareness Malaysia. Our aim is to inspire Malaysian generations with our wonderful cosmos. As you see in the picture, in the slide, we are doing a lot of activities, outreach activities with kids, starting from kindergarten, primary, secondary schools, universities, and also for the public. So these are what our activities are mostly we are doing. Okay, so to start with, let's play a game of questions. I would like to ask you guys, can you guess what animal? If I show you a picture, I believe maybe you can guess it. Okay, let's see what the picture is all about. Okay, first, this is the first picture. Can you guess what, animal have this kind of tail? For me, it's hard to imagine because I didn't, ever saw what animal have this kind of tail with the hair like a rope, and it's difficult. So let's look at the second picture so we can have a better guess for the animal. Look at the second picture. So this is the skin of the animal. It looks like a skin bag that you, handbag or a car cushion that you have. It's also hard to imagine what animal is it, right? Because we just look a part of the animal, just the skin of the animal. But if we look at the third photos, I think it's gonna be like easy to visualize or to guess what are the animal is this. So if I present you one more photos of the animal, maybe you all already can easily guessing what are the animals. Voila. I believe it is a simple answer. It is an elephant. This is difficult for blind people, actually. For normal people, because we already have seen an elephant. So it's hard. It's easy for us to visualize what and how the elephant look like. But for the blind people, the challenges in teaching astronomy to the BVI person is like blind people trying to guess what is an elephant. Yeah, that is the thing that hard for us to teach astronomy to the BVI person, because we are talking about the massive interstellar object. We are talking about the colorful of the space, where the BVI person didn't have the capacity to visualize all the things that we are sharing with them. All right, let's go back to astronomy. Just now we are talking about elephant and animal. It's already hard. Let's go to the astronomy, how we associate that. All right, try explain constellation to BVI person. I believe maybe some of you guys already heard about Chameleon constellation. Chameleon constellation, for me, when I'm doing my research, this is my first time, because even though we have about 88 constellations, but we didn't cover the Chameleon constellation. So can you explain how the constellation look like? Actually, the Chameleon constellation consists of 6 stars. They are, near between each other. So it look like this. Yeah, we need to visualize it. We need to look at it. And this is the chameleon. It's not that easy. Chameleon is not a pet where we have at home. Can you imagine how to share with the BVI person who doesn't see or saw, I mean, the chameleon for the whole life? That's gonna be like a challenge for us to help our BVI person to learn about stars and constellation. Okay, let's go back to the Impact Dome. Impact Dome stands for Indonesian Malaysia Project on Astronomy Educating using Tactile Images, as what Mr. Pak Yudi Pramudia shared just now. So it's a collaboration between us, Indonesia, from University Ahmad Dahlan, representing by Pak Yudio Pramudia, and also from us, from Malaysia, from Apadilangit University of Malaysia. As you can see in the map, we are the yellow or the orange one, and in Indonesia, we are just a neighbor, the green one. So we are collaborating for this project. All right. So what are the issues that actually bring us to come up with this dome, actually? All right. Let's see what are the issues. The first of things that actually just now, as what Mr. Yudio sharing just now, teaching astronomy to visual and hearing impaired students is a new topic in Malaysia and Indonesia. It's well known because it just recently started. We are the one that pioneered it. I think if you can see that maybe, and then less effort has been allocated to teach astronomy for inclusive and impaired students because of there's no focus on that. So less effort has been allocated for the time. And also we have a challenges because of the lack of needs to emphasize astronomy for BVI due to the challenges in teaching astronomy. Our teachers are not equipped with teaching astronomy to the students or to the public because it has to come with a certain skills. So that's another challenge. And the fourth one is because of that, we also insufficient learning tools and teaching aids to teach our students. Then let's go to what are the challenges. Why it's so hard to teach a BVI person about astronomy? First, it's difficult to understand the sky or dome or hemisphere concept. We, a normal person, can perceive our sky because we have our visual sensory. We can see and look at the sky easily. But for them, it's very hard for them to perceive and to look at the sky. They don't have the capability. So it's difficult. And the second one is they can't imagine how stars are embedded in the sky in 2D. They may have like an embedded star or constellation in the textbook or in a A4 paper, but they can't imagine how actually the star on the sky. It's very hard. All right, that's number two. Then number three, is difficulty to locate the constellation. As we all know, constellations have their own neighbors. They are moving together. So without, the proper arrangement of the constellation in this, during their learnings, they don't know how actually what next from the constellation. It's very hard. And the fourth one, to learn astronomy for the BVI, they need a proper assistant and thoroughly guided by the right person. So these are the challenges that we have. But one question, because when we all know about the challenges, what and why we need to teach astronomy? Why is teaching astronomy is important to the BVI person? Why we take this initiative? The answer are, first, because we are sharing the same sky. We are sharing the same world. We are now exploring and promoting the pale blue dot message to share with this BVI person the same wonders of the sky. I think this is our responsibility as a normal person to share the beautiful and the fascinating sky that we have. That's number one. And the second one is because astronomy is not limited to visual senses. Currently, we are depending on our visual more than what we have now. Actually, it's more than that. We can use our touching senses. We can have a tactile images where BVI person can touch. We also can hear sound of the space. Now, so I have a lot of data on that. So we can share and we can hear how actually and what are the sound of space. We can play like a music. That's awesome. And because we all know the scientific, we have like we know all the elements that in the space. So we can associate it with food or any smell that we have on Earth, so we can have almost the same smell that we have on space. I think we can explore that too as well. And because also we know the element that have in the food that we can eat, we also can have like a taste on the space. So we can have a multi-sensory sense learning astronomy. It will be like utilizing all the sense that we have. It should be great if we can do that as well for the normal person, and also it's good to help the BVI person who actually depending more on the touch and hear sense. All right. So yeah, the second one is to excite possibility of exploring new senses in understanding universe. Where we know all the senses can be utilized, so we can go further. We can see what we can do with all the senses. We can craft new things. This is important to excite possibilities of the exploring the senses. And the third one, I think this is also important, as what mentioned by my friend just now, Hazim, to improve STEM interest among BVI. We have all these challenges. I think this is not the one Malaysia issue. It's a global issue right now. People are declining in taking STEM. So we hope by teaching astronomy also improve STEM interest among VVI. So some of the pictures is shown here is our activities together with Pak Yudi just now, all right? How we do our outreach project to the student. And the fourth one is important. When we know how we can explore, is to boost creative and innovation, to produce teaching aids and job opportunities for inclusive. It's not just about astronomy, it's also about innovation. You can see how Wanda Diaz there, together with us, me and Hazim there, she's among the pioneer who, develop sonification and help astronomers to discover pulsar and a lot of things in space. And we are using 3D printing, we are learning a lot of stuff. So it's important to have an innovation when we understand how to explore our senses and to help the BVI person. That's why that is important for us to help BVI to understand astronomy, and not just astronomy, but to also help them to have a good job in the future. Okay, all right. So go back to the impact dome. So these are the impact dome that I mentioned just now. You can see it's very light and humble. The features are, it's a not like a proper dome, actually it's a geodesic dome, consists of numbers of triangles, and it's a modular concept. You can bring it anywhere, and it's a portable. You can see the bag, the black bag behind, the luggage bag behind there. We can fit all the dome inside one bag. I will show you the photo later on, all right? And it's lightweight. We can carry it anywhere. We can bring it up, via stairs or any where we want to bring it. And the important part is also easy to set up. So this is the features that when we craft the impact dome, we put the requirement to make sure that the impact dome is useful because of these features. So how we craft it, that's the important part. So we are using prototyping using AutoCAD to get the right and suitable height, weight, width, and numbers of triangle. We try using the AutoCAD so we can have a proper, the suitable numbers of triangles where we can put all the constellations there, the height, the weight. So it should for everybody to be under the dome. So you can see numbers of prototype where I'm doing it in small scale, and also from using a cardboard there. All right. And it's important to easy assemble and portable. We have a picture here, all the stuff from the dome just now. We can fix it and fit it inside the black bag there. And that's me and Hazim in Japan. So we are having this exhibition. So we bring the bag together, and that's me and both of us preparing the dome in schools. And the most important part is easy to assemble because we have the manual, so how to connect all the triangles. And down there we have a different type of dome from Indonesia as well. So it is easy and portable to bring it anyway. All right. So I think everybody are guessing what look like inside the dome, is it? So how the tactile images in the dome look like? So there are numbers of features in the tactile image that we have in the dome. First, it consists of northern and southern hemisphere constellation. From us in Malaysia, we are focusing on northern hemisphere. For the southern part, from the Pak Yudi, Indonesia, they have a southern hemisphere. It's totally different. And its constellation name, we have a constellation name in Braille. You can look at the picture. It's a Braille, textile Braille there. So it will help the BVI students to read the constellation name. And see size of the bit.
5 minutes.
Yes. All right, 5 minutes more. Okay, thank you. Size of the bit determine the magnitude of the brightness of the star, and the dome with the elliptical line, and the guidance for star hopping. Wow, you can learn a lot from this one, and also students can learn the cardinal direction And each single triangle can be used as a personal teaching aid. I can see, if you can see me holding the triangle, you can learn from that. All right, so we also presenting our dome when we was in Japan last year in IAU S358 Inspiring Star. We have Ewin. So, and down there, me and Hazim are preparing the dome for the final touch. And some of the activities that we have, you can see our kids are learning how to use the dome, and I'm explaining about the sky and this constellation. And this is one more boy, he's reading and touching the constellation. And yeah, we also have a student who need to use the magnifying glass. So we have the words, you can see there, the south, and also we call it Selatan in Malaysia. And we have a good and a lot of feedback from teachers, how we can improve this impact dome. And also we have some from Indonesia. This one is pictures from Indonesia. Yeah, Pak Yedi already shared with you just now. And yeah, this woman is also trying to learn about stars in the southern hemisphere. And yeah, this is how it looked like inside there. And I used to look at it because this guy, I think he tried to lift off the dome and someone need to hold it. So it still remained there. So yeah, because it's light, yeah, because it's lightweight. So it's good to have this kind of dome, so we can have a lot of domes in a lot of places. So yeah, this one will be the last one. What are the impacts of the dome? What we are having from the feedback that we have currently? First, impact dome help BVI students to understand sky dome, stars, constellation, and cardinal direction, because it's clearly stated on the dome, inside the dome. And the second one, it sparked interest for BVI and inclusive people to participate in astronomy. I think before this, they only heard or just learned from the textbook, but now they can, participate in the astronomy. It will be like a kickstart for them. Start with the tactile images. Maybe soon we're gonna move into like a visual or auditory assist. And impact dome can be a mini planetarium for school and villages. I think this one is also a good feedback we can have, because numbers because what? Because currently 2 institutions in Malaysia request to have impact dome in their facilities. So we have a request from 2 institutions, and we are looking forward, maybe in the future, as what Hazim mentioned just now, we have 1 house, 1 telescope. Maybe in the future, maybe 1 school, also 1 planetarium as well. So it can be we can use this to promote astronomy, because it's lightweight and also is cheap. And impact dome also benefit normal people and to understand sky better in the area where heavy light pollution, like me in Kuala Lumpur right now, and heavy rain and also cloudy sky. It's easy to use, and also we can imagine and visualize how the constellation look like on the sky. So all this impact, and we have numbers of good feedback that we will do, and also we will improvise our impact dome for better usage in the future. So I think that's all from me. Maybe we can have a question later on. All right.
I left 1 minute. Thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. I hear that BVI, when I hear BVI, I think filters name blue and visible and infrared, but it means blind and visual impaired. Yes,
Yeah,
I now. So you had comments. Beauty Fairy said it is our responsibility to share the beauty of the sky. I think your activity and you presented the very beautiful images. 思わせる。そうって日はあるね。So, some questions? More questions? 質問来てます？A question from Jeong-san. What do you think is the most important thing when organizing programs and educational book and objects for the disabled people?
All right. Okay, that's a good question, I think. What the important part when we are trying to organize a program or disabled people, we call it like empathy. We need to go through, I believe you guys already heard about the design thinking process and method. Go through the process, the design thinking process, to know what are the best or suitable things that we need to come out based on the feedback or the empathize that we do with the disabled people, because every disabled people have a different capabilities. So we need to understand them first, and then we try and error what best suit them for building even the organizing of programs or developing resources for teaching or learning with these people. Yeah. So empathy is the key point.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry, time is over. Okay, and it is very inclusive is very important keyword, I think. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay.
So,
Thank you.
and connect and share information with other the participants, please. So this session is over, and please see you and tomorrow. Thank you. Okay. Okay.